Hello, everyone. This is Zayami Eccles Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the Assistant Director of the Oregon Short Film Festival. We're gearing up for our spring 2023 season, which is going to be on May 29th at the beautiful historic Clint Street Theater. Today, I'm talking to a participating filmmaker, Jake Ames, who is the writer and director of Haystacks. Jake, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So let's jump right in. What inspired you to make Haystacks?
Well, I guess a couple things. One of them being, well, I was having a hard time trying to sort of build a theme around this story of like this free roaming vagabond figure that I had. And I remembered something that I had a screenwriting professor in college, and gave this advice one time that was like, basically, if you're having a hard time coming up with ideas, just write about something that scares you. And so I'd really thought about that.
Interesting.
And I eventually found this story about like loneliness and alienation because those are some things that scare me. And the second one being was just living in Montana. I've been here for a few years now, and I have never made a Western, genre or theme movie. And so I had this kind of like itch to do so. And I thought this was a great opportunity to like utilize all this beautiful landscape that is readily available. And I mean, there's productions from all over the world that come here to shoot Westerns, and I'm already here. So I figured that I could really just take advantage of this beautiful state that I live in and make sort of, a Western style film.
Totally, absolutely, and I mean, it is very beautifully shot, gorgeous locations. I wanna ask a little bit about, the choice to use 16 millimeter and, what was that process like?
It was very difficult. It was my first time shooting with 16. But it was something that I've always wanted to do, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to do it because we were really trying to go for this sort of timeless, um, just feel to the film,
Totally.
and so that's kind of why we chose to go with 16. But yeah, it was difficult. It was a learning experience, and I think you always need more film than you think you do.
Right. The 10-to-1 ratio is very daunting when it comes to
Yeah,
expensive film.
yeah.
Um, I'm kinda interesting a little bit about the casting. You have, very interesting performances out of, the mom character, the wife character, out of the old man, out of the guy, the roamer. How did you, go about casting, and how'd you go about eliciting those performances?
Yeah, so the vagabond was always going to be a younger figure, and that was always in the works for him to sort of uh butt heads with this older um figure who maybe has a different set of beliefs that are a little more traditional or like old fashioned in a way. So there was always supposed to be that kind of like clash of like personal beliefs and whatnot between the free roaming vagabond and then this like more traditional settled down um, older man. And then the Molly, the woman, the wife in the film too, she kind of was supposed to represent this own her own um, character was supposed to be this type of person who was that the vagabond was supposed to bring out her character as like because to set her free, and it made sense for her to be the wife of this older man because he kind of is set in this very like outdated traditional uh, values of being like a husband and um, the wife figure and that kind of thing.
Totally. Well, it's a very interesting dynamic, a very compelling set of characters. I'm wondering, you shot this in Montana, kind of a new landscape for you to explore. You use 16 millimeter. Did you learn anything from this process? Do you have any new insights as a filmmaker you could share with us?
Yeah, I learned. I mean, I kind of already mentioned it, but shooting film was hard, but I think it was very worth it in the end results. Just getting the film back was just super exciting to see that. But I think the overall thing I learned was collaboration is incredibly important, and to trust your collaborators, and to just be open to inputs from other people. And I think sometimes people tend to, and I've been a victim of this myself, is you get so caught up in your own vision that you kind of lose sight of certain things, and you kind of shut off other people's inputs that you may not have realized yourself. And so I don't know. As just being a director, I think it's good to think as we rather than I. And so yeah, I don't know. Just trust your collaborators.
Okay, totally. That is an insight I've been getting a lot from independent filmmakers because I feel like there is so much more of that need, small crew, people step up, wear multiple hats, and kind of. I think it's cool that we have these short films that are more or less collaborative visions, these mutual processes and products. Um, what are you working on next? Do you have any more shorts? Any more 16 millimeter?
Yeah, I wanted to take a step back from the kind of serious drama genre, and so I kind of just wrote this like super short, like 4-page script film that's more of just a comedy, and just kind of taking a light break, and hopefully gonna shoot that this summer. It's about a clown doing improv, so just kind of a silly little project.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about Haystacks?
I don't think so. I'm happy that it's in the festival, and I look forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited to put this on. It's such a beautiful film, such a gorgeous looking film. I feel like it is going to be a showstopper, May 29th at the Clint Street Theater. Thank you so much, Jake.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Take care.